Hey everybody, it's Chloe here with Rooted Dog Training and Chloe's Critter Care, and I want to jump on and ask you a really interesting question. I want to ask you, no, don't mind the nasally voice, okay? I'm getting over a cold. I'm trying to figure out how to survive this thing, so bear with me, as I might have a cough attack. Hopefully not, but you just never know. So I want to ask you a question. What is it that fulfills you? What is it that you're most passionate about? What is it that fulfills you? Okay? Think of that thing. Maybe it's a hobby. Maybe it's taking care of your children and your family. Maybe it's your career, right? Maybe it's being artistic, creative, a musician. Think about what is it that thing that really just makes you so happy. Okay? Got it? Now I want you to imagine not being able to do that thing anymore. Not having the opportunity or the space or whatever the reason may be. It's no longer going to be a part of your everyday. Okay? How would you feel about that? You'd probably feel pretty down about it. You'd probably feel a little lost. Maybe like, what's the point, right? I'm unhappy, right? It's just no good things can come from that, right? Now, the reason why I'm asking you this question and bringing this subject up is because dogs have purpose too. Among every living thing on this planet has purpose. But because, we're focusing on dogs here, let's talk about the dog. Okay? Dogs have purpose and need to be fulfilled as well. And I believe this is a huge part as a responsibility to being a dog owner. Okay? And I think it's a big piece that's missing with a lot of, dogs going right now. Okay? And so think about it. Dogs' purpose, naturally, in the wild, a canine species, what do? They're predators, okay? So they hunt and they migrate for food, for shelter, in order to survive, okay? They live in a pack dynamic, so they have to learn to be around one another socially. Sometimes that's fighting over food, sometimes that's working together to get at food. There's a lot of things going on in that pack. But all of that together is their purpose, right? And fulfills them every day. They're not just sitting around, doing nothing and being bored. They have purpose. They have a job, okay? And so now you take that into the domestic situation we have with our dogs. Is that same fulfillment, is that purpose, I should say, is that purpose being fulfilled with your dog, or, with all of our dogs in our home? Most likely, from what I experience, not so much. But what is it that we can do to give our dog more fulfillment? Now, of course, all of us have, time restraints. We're not going to be able to spend hours a day with our dog. Let's be realistic. But there are still things that we can do on a regular basis to really fulfill our dogs. Make sure that they have those needs met. It's really, really important. Because not all dogs can be couch potatoes, and they don't want to be. Okay? Some dogs can be. And those dogs, those lazy marshmallow dogs, are probably, still great in their own way because they serve a purpose that's maybe they're a therapy dog, right? Maybe they serve some sort of purpose to comfort you, right? And that's why they're okay being the mellow dog. But then you have other breeds like Border Collies and German Shepherds and Huskies that are these high energy working line breeds that really need purpose in order to feel, to have their needs really met. Okay, so for example, maybe Border Collies, Spaniels, those sorts of things, they do agility work, or they do hunting, or they do herding work, things like that. And you got German Shepherds where they would be great at doing nose work, bite work, any type of, police canine training, okay? Doesn't mean you gotta be a police officer, but you can certainly practice those types of training. Huskies, they're bred to pull, they're bred to run, right? They have a super high energy to just go, go, go. Take the dog running, have them pull something, maybe carry something like a backpack when they're on the walk. Giving these dogs purpose can really help fulfill those needs that they're meant to do, to really I think you get the point, right? I'm losing my words now. I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over again. But I think you get it, right? And this is just a huge part of being a dog owner, a responsible dog owner. It's just fulfilling their needs. And depending on whatever breed you have, or maybe you got a mixed breed or whatever, sometimes it doesn't even matter. It's just doing something regularly with your dog, making sure that they have regular exercise, that they're getting a walk every day, that maybe they're working for their food a little bit. You know, do a little trick training. That's cool. It gives them, it's fun for them. They enjoy it and they get fed. I mean, who doesn't like that? And it's fun to show off, you know, your tricks to your friends. It's cool. So do that. There's a lot of simple things that you can do. You don't have to go into this huge, you know, sport training, whatever, although I think those are really cool if you got time for it. But just doing little things, you know, on a regular basis to fulfill those natural needs that your dog requires. So yeah, tell me what you think. Well, what do you think on this topic? And what is it that you do to fulfill your particular dog's needs?